You were promised freedom. Freedom from cravings. Freedom from belly fat. Freedom from inflammation. Freedom from constantly thinking about food. And for a lot of people, the carnivore diet delivers exactly that. But then something strange happens. The scale stops moving. Energy drops. Constipation shows up like an uninvited house guest. Sleep gets weird. You're cold all the time. You're tired. You're frustrated. And suddenly, you're staring at the ground beef thinking, why is this not working for me? Now listen carefully. As a board-certified family doctor, board-certified obesity specialist with a master's degree in nutrition and functional medicine, and as someone who personally follows a carnivore lifestyle, I can tell you this. Most people do not fail carnivore. They fail troubleshooting. Because some people tell me they're strict carnivore. Then I find out they're drinking butter coffee the size of Lake Michigan, eating enough cheese to supply a pizza shop, sleeping 4 hours a night, lifting nothing heavier than emotional baggage, and wondering why their metabolism is not happy. So today, I'm going to walk you through the exact questions I ask patients when carnivore stops working. And trust me, some of these questions may surprise you. Now before we jump in, comment below. Has carnivore worked perfectly for you? Or have you hit some bumps along the way? Let's get started. Question number 1. What are you actually eating? Now don't get mad at me, because this question alone solves a shocking number of cases. Some people say carnivore, but what they mean is carnivore-ish. Carnivore Monday through Thursday, then reward meal Friday, birthday cake Saturday, just a little popcorn Sunday. Your metabolism hears all of it. And even tiny repeated carb exposures can keep insulin elevated enough to interfere with fat burning. Sometimes it's salsas, seasonings, protein bars, keto treats, artificial sweeteners, heavy cream overload, and sometimes it's portion blindness. That innocent little handful of macadamia nuts, that tiny spoonful of peanut butter, that healthy keto cheesecake. Your body may process those things differently than you think. This is why I sometimes ask patients to do something incredibly simple. Track everything for 3 days. Everything. Yes, even the sneaky little bites, while standing in the kitchen at midnight looking like a raccoon searching for leftovers. Because awareness changes outcomes. Question number 2. Are you eating enough protein? This one is huge. Ironically, some carnivore eaters become fat eaters with meat on the side. They heard fat is fuel. So now every meal looks like a butter convention. Listen carefully. Protein is metabolically powerful. Protein supports muscle, satiety, healing, hormones, immune function, and metabolic rate. Protein also has a higher thermic effect than fat or carbs, meaning your body burns more energy processing it. And this is especially important for people over 40 because aging naturally lowers muscle mass, and muscle is metabolic currency. Less muscle, slower metabolism. This is why chicken breast carnivore and ribeye carnivore can create very different outcomes. Now before the comments explode, I'm not anti-fat, I'm anti-confusion. Question number 3. Are you adding too much fat? Now we're entering dangerous territory online because people sometimes hear calories don't matter, but physiology still matters. If your body has thousands of calories stored on your waistline and you keep pouring butter into coffee like you're fueling a NASCAR vehicle, your body may simply burn the dietary fat first. Again, this is nuanced. Early in carnivore adaptation, higher fat can help tremendously, but later, some people may need to adjust, especially if weight loss stalled, hunger disappeared, or energy became sluggish. Your body fat is stored fuel. The goal is metabolic flexibility, not becoming a human stick of Kerrygold butter. Question number 4. Could dairy be sabotaging you? This one hurts people emotionally because cheese is beloved. Cheese has a fan base stronger than some sports teams, but dairy can be sneaky. Some people experience increased hunger, bloating, stalled fat loss, skin problems, joint pain, or cravings. Why? Partly because dairy proteins can create a surprisingly strong insulin response, especially whey. And for certain people, cheese becomes recreational eating, not hunger eating. And recreational eating is dangerous. That's when you're full, but somehow still standing in front of the refrigerator, negotiating with mozzarella sticks. If carnivore stopped working, a temporary dairy elimination experiment can be incredibly revealing. Question number 5. How are you sleeping? Oh boy, this is the hidden monster. People want the magic food answer. Meanwhile, they're sleeping 4 hours nightly, watching conspiracy videos at 2 a.m. with blue light blasting directly into their retinas. Sleep deprivation increases hunger hormones, increases cravings, worsens insulin resistance, raises cortisol. Your body interprets poor sleep as stress, and stressed bodies often hold onto fat. I always tell patients, you cannot out-ribeye chronic sleep deprivation. If you snore heavily, wake exhausted, or fall asleep sitting upright, please consider sleep apnea evaluation, especially if weight loss stalled. Fixing sleep apnea can change everything. Question number 6. Are you stressed out of your mind? Some people are metabolically stuck, not because of food, but because their nervous system never feels safe. High cortisol changes appetite, blood sugar, fat distribution, sleep quality, inflammation, and yes, it especially encourages belly fat storage. Your body is intelligent. If your brain thinks you're constantly being chased by a lion, it's not prioritizing six-pack abs. This is why stress management matters. Prayer, meditation, nature walks, laughing, good relationships, community. These are not soft recommendations. These are metabolic interventions. Question number 7. How's your bowel function? Yes, we're talking about poop. Welcome to my channel. Constipation is common during transitions into carnivore. Sometimes it improves naturally, sometimes it doesn't. And if waste sits too long, people feel miserable, bloated, heavy, inflamed, nauseated. Sometimes they think carnivore failed, when really their plumbing failed. Electrolytes matter here, hydration matters, magnesium matters, and contrary to internet mythology, some people generally may benefit from small individualized adjustments. Remember, bioindividuality matters. Question number 8. Are hormones involved? This is especially important for women in menopause and men with low testosterone, people with thyroid disease, and people under chronic stress. Menopause changes fat distribution. Thyroid function slows metabolism. Low testosterone lowers muscle mass. High cortisol disrupts everything. This is why two people can eat the exact same diet and get completely different results. Hormones are metabolic traffic directors. If the signals are disrupted, the outcome changes. And please hear me clearly. This is not failure. This is physiology. Question number 9. Could medications be interfering? This is one of the most overlooked issues in medicine. Some medications promote weight gain, increase hunger, fluid retention, fat storage, fatigue. Examples include insulin, steroids, certain antidepressants, some seizure medications, gabapentin, pregabalin, certain antipsychotics, and some beta blockers. Now let me be clear. Do not stop medications on your own, but do have conversations with your doctor because newer alternatives sometimes exist. Question number 10. Are you resistance training? Because if you're losing muscle, your metabolism may slow down. This becomes especially important with aging. Resistance training tells your body the muscle is important. Keep it. Muscle improves glucose control, metabolic rate, mobility, strength, and longevity. And no, you do not need to become a bodybuilder. You just need to challenge the muscles consistently. Even walking plus resistance bands can help tremendously. Question number 11. Are you measuring the wrong things? This is huge because some people are winning while thinking they're losing. Maybe your waist shrank, your glucose improved, your blood pressure normalized, your cravings disappeared, your arthritis improved, your sleep improved, but the scale barely changed. The scale is one metric, not the metric. Sometimes inflammation drops while muscle increases, and the scale temporarily hides progress. Question number 12. Are you expecting perfection instead of progress? This one might be the most important. Social media creates unrealistic expectations. People see dramatic transformations and think, if mine isn't happening in 30 days, I failed. No, healing is not linear. Some people reverse years of metabolic damage quickly. Others require patience. The body is not broken. It's communicating. And the goal is not becoming a perfect carnivore robot. The goal is becoming metabolically healthier than you were before. That's the win. And honestly, this is why I love making these videos, because my goal isn't just to tell people eat meat. My goal is to help people think, to troubleshoot, to personalize, to understand their body. Because when Carnivore stops working, that's usually when the real learning begins. And if this video helped you, hit like, subscribe, and comment below which of these 12 questions hit home the hardest for you. And if you want more videos helping you troubleshoot low-carb, keto, and carnivore lifestyles through the lens of root cause medicine, check out the playlist and links in the description. And remember, your body is always talking. The question is, are you listening?